All right, guys, so this is the tools you'll need to complete this particular task. All righty. Any questions? Reach out to me there. Okay. Before we start, is this guy. Hey, buddy. There you go. That's a good boy. Alright. Alrighty. So, this is it right here. It's Beehive. Okay? Let's try and get some honey this year, right? So we got our hole. We use this guy to make our hole. Okay. Just go in right there. Make your hole. Okay. This is the inside of your box. I just threw a little bit of wood chips in there. Whatever was left over from the cutting of the wood, as you could see. A lot of wood chips, right? So I cut out these guys, frame it all around, all the way around. Okay, so this was originally this metal guy right here. This was originally this. You know, I just used it for my tools and stuff like that. You know, just thinking about the bees, the birds and the bees, right? The birds and the bees. Was thinking about the bees, guys. So that's what that's why I created this guy. You know, I would like to have my own honey and know exactly how it was processed. You know, so it's a start of a journey here. You know, if you are on the same path, you know, this will definitely help. You know, it's all about caring, you know. All right, so these are your frames, right? Okay, so these are your frames. Okay, so this is one of it, how it looks. Let's put it on the table. All right, so let's get a space. All right, so where you could see it, right? All right, so all right, hopefully you can see. So that's a frame, right? So all I did was measure. Need a measuring tape. Or just by you can measure by hand and eyes and a piece of wood and cut as you go with this guy. You know, you don't really need a measuring tape. Let's take it back to the olden golden ways. You know, so you're gonna need to make it exactly how I made it. You're gonna need these guys. So this is the wire that I use that you see wrapped around it right now. And to strip off the skin, strip off the skin off the wire, strip it with this guy. Strip. There you go. Now you got nice brass where these bees can cling on to and do their bee thing and get their, you know, their honey. And you know, we're after the honey, right? Alrighty, so that's that. That's a frame. This turned out to be a 7 frame, which is pretty good. So we're gonna tuck it in. You know, it's not perfect, but you know, you'll feel good. You'll feel good that you made it yourself, especially if you're like me, you just wanna see what the possibilities of with dealing with these bees. These birds and these bees, right? Dealing with them, so you wanna You definitely don't want to spend money and be disappointed with the results later, right? So you make your own stuff. This is all stuff that I had laying around the house. Like as you can see, the boards are still here. It just got completed. It's the boards, all the boards I was looking at to do this particular task. These are all the boards. So yeah, so this it's been pretty good actually. Had everything I needed. Couldn't believe it. It's like, wow. When I was done with it, I'm like, oh wow, I couldn't believe that I actually had all the pieces. I was for sure that I had to go to the store, right? Well, that's not the case. So I'm grateful. Grateful. That's what it's about, right? Being grateful that you can create something that can actually provide something, right? And that's all it's essentially about, right? Let's just stack these frames. Stacking these frames, y'all. Stacking these frames, as they call them. Frames. Alrighty, so we're stacking the frames. Let you see how it all look when it's set up completely. So up to frame 4. Let's get number 5. Alrighty. That's a 5. See, it's not perfect, so you gotta sort of like angle it in there. So, you know, whatever. We're not going for perfection here, right? We're going for we want the bees. We want the bees. We want the bees to do what they do, right? That's all it's about. We don't want well, we don't want no expensive as you would say. It's not for vanity. It's definitely not for vanity. It's just you know, and that's how it looks when it's all set up. And then you space it out. You could make your little spaces at the top, you know, as you go with your finger, and it'll hold the space, whichever space you give it, right? Simple. If you don't trust it, it's not gonna hold. You get another piece of wood from somewhere, so much, right? If you have access to wood, right? You might need one of these guys too, guys. Okay, so that makes everything more helpful. But you know, if not, there's always the floor and a piece of, there you go, like that. 1 foot on the board. 1 foot on the board, right? And there you go. You cut with the other hand while holding the board with the foot, right? There you go. That's another way to do it. So you don't even need the vise. So you know. So all right. So that's how it looks when it's all put together. And now this is the top, right? This is the top dealio right here. It's a little top dealio. This is the bottom. Let's set that on top. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go, guys. Got a beehive. Beehive. And you see, it's not leveled, okay? It's not leveled off at the top right here. So the water can just drizzle down that way, you know? So if you want it to be level, you could use one of these guys or get a bigger leveler. So you can see mine isn't, which serve my purpose, right? Okay, so it's pretty much self-explanatory how I assembled this guy, and with simple sheetrock screws, and which you can get in Home Depot, Lowe's, or you know, and a Phillips head, and you know, it'll go straight into the wood. You don't need to pre-drill any holes or anything. It just goes straight in. It's wood with wood screws, pretty much. You know, wood with wood screws, or some guys call them sheetrock screws, whatever. You know, whatever floats your boat. But that's pretty much it. That's the dealio. That's how it looks. That's how it's set up. Okay, bees goes in. This is the bee porch. You know, bees goes in through here, and they got this big, nice porch. They can relax and do whatever they want to do, right? Yeah. So, yeah, guys. Yep. This is a little handle dealio, so I could just easily lift it up, and I'm gonna make like a sheet on top of here, so I can cover the cover. I could put this on top of the sheet. That just ensures that, you know, they won't be able to escape through the top of this homemade beehive here, right? Just to ensure that they don't escape, and they continue to do their thing, and just to, you know, pretty much keep them controlled in there. So, you know, it's one way in, one way out. That's the most essential, right? So yeah, guys, tools. Okay, need your wire cutter. Cut the wire. If you're gonna make it with this method, which I went ahead and did with the wire, you could just get yourself some sheetrock screws, guys, and tap one screw at the bottom, tap one screw at the top, side and side. You're good to go. Same process. Or you could just wire the wood together. You know, that's another option. You know, so. First thing first is you look for something that you could accomplish the task with, like a box. You know, a box. Oh, look, there you go. I got a box right here. My niece box. My niece box. There you go. Look, so all right. So I'm gonna give you more of a rundown, sort of like dealio. You know. All right, boom. So let's put the box down right on top of whatever. All right, there's the box. So basically half the hive is done. There you go. A box. See? So what I did was basically well, what you couldn't do with this box is you would have to make the face, which is just a piece of board. Wow, look at that. That almost fit. That almost fit, right? Except for the gap right here. You could actually still make this work. You know, you just leave that gap so they can get in on the side. It'll be a little bit unconventional, but it'll still do the job. You make a top, and you know, and you start making your frames, and you slide your frames in, and you put your something in here. You screw something like a piece of wood or something, like a smaller piece, of course, like a thinner piece. Let's say a piece like this, say a piece like that, so your frame could be seated inside of there, right? So your frames could be seated, hanging basically, hanging from inside of there on both sides. Of course, you would have to put this, so you'll put this piece on this side, and then you'll put this piece on this side, and make sure it's of the same height. Get your measuring tape, so you know it'll be sitting level inside of there. If you want to go the extra mile to have everything leveled off and look perfect, and yeah, that's a more perfected look. So it's all up to you. You know, so pretty much just make stuff work with what you have, right? And that is the goal. The goal is about helping the people, making them save their bucks. You know, for sure, the bucks doesn't come easy, right? So, you know, we got to try and keep as much in our pockets as necessary. Nevertheless, that's what we got. I'll say pretty darn good for never designing or making one of these before, right? There you go, guys. Believe in yourself. Believe it. Believe it, and you can achieve it. Alrighty? Love, 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 love. Hallelujah.